Okay, it's not taking a double-ended column. Okay, we have created a parameter with the sales, profit, and discount, and we have to create one label where it is says sales and discount and profit, right? So let's take a sheet and create a calculation for all the three values. So what we will do is let's take the calculation and say sales. This one is called sales. Okay, so we have to keep it in label text and say some value because it has to create one mark. Let's say minimum 1 and click on enter. So just make it into text, hide the headers, and only label will be shown. And I got sales. I'm just duplicating the same thing. I'll create two more for discount and profit. I'll duplicate the calculation and say edit and write it as discount. Inside, I'll say discount. Click on OK. Okay, I have to rename it as calc and drag that into the label. We'll get discount here and duplicate it again. Duplicate the calculated value and click on edit, and we will say profit. Profit calc. I will say profit inside. I will close the mark and I will write it as profit calc. Click on OK. And let's drag profit to the text label. So what we got is we have three labels, one for profit. This one is discount. And this one is for sales. Okay. So what we have to do now, we have created this. We have to make this labels or drag these labels onto the dashboard, and also profit. Adjust the sizes, and I'm hiding the titles as well because I want to see only the labels. So I have got three values because our value is also in it's sales, discount, and profit. So I will just format it and I'll just say delete the row grid lines and for discount as well. So for the profit, I'll just switch off the labels. So I've got three labels, and what I have is subcategory, and I have parameter calculation in it. That's for in this sheet. So what I will do right now, I will just add a parameter action. Let's add a parameter action. Go to actions, add actions, parameter. So I have to select sheets, and my parameter action is parameter action. I will select that. So target sheet would be on this page. So I will just create three parameter actions because all these labels should work. So first one is for sales. So we've got one error, missing fields on the dashboard. So what's happening is we have to drag that label also onto our sheet. So what I'll do, I'll just go for the labels one and click on sales. So as we know, we will also do the same thing for discount and profit also. I'll just dragging all those values at once. So I will just drag discount and also profit onto the detailed version. So I will not get the error again. So I will just go to the dashboard again, adding the other actions also for discount and profit. So the second one would be parameter action. Let's say discount. Okay, click on OK. I'm just going to the dashboard actions. Actions, add action, change parameter. I'm selecting the parameter again and I'll click on discount. Let's check whether it is working. So if you click on sales, the sales amount is displayed. If you click on discount, the discount amount is displayed. If you click on profit, the profit amount will be displayed. So without any parameter, you can actually click on the text labels and you can do the actions and you can change it like this. So we already saw one error while adding the actions. It's actually because in the other two parameters, all the sheets are selected here in the source sheet. That's not an issue because we will not go and do the other values. It's fine. You can actually remove the other ones if you want to change that error also. Let's say this calculation is for only discount. What I'll do is I'll just uncheck discount. I'll just click on profit, sales, etc. So the error will be gone over there. If I click on discount, okay, all right. So I'll just go to the dashboard actions again. I have to select the discount sheet, click on OK, OK. Discount will come. So this is why the error came up, because that sales and profit labels whatever created are not there on the details, right? So date will not have discount or profit, on discount will not have sales and profit. That's why you actually showed that error. So but you need to have all the three labels on this sheet, because this is our main sheet and because where the values will be changing. So if you keep them in the detail, you will not see that error and your calculation parameter action, whatever it is doing, will be coming up. So if you click on the sales, the sales value will come up, and if you click on discount value will come up, and profit value will come up over here. Click here. So we already know that we can use parameter actions by sheet swapping, and we can completely change sheets. That's when we work on parameters if we want a different measure value. So parameter are used to change the dimensions. Whenever you were working on the measures for a different value, we have to go for the sheet swaps. But parameter actions, you can go with a different measure values also by just creating the parameter actions. So you can change the values like this. If you see for the same dimension, you can actually change for the different measure values like this. So whatever you want, you can actually add whatever value you want it over there. So this is how you use the parameter actions on. You can use the parameter actions in different scenarios. Like you can do it for reference lines, because reference lines also come up with the value, right? So you can add different values to the reference lines and change the reference lines based on the values. And you can also change to different charts by just doing the same thing, and you can actually change the different charts also. So this is all about parameter actions. We have one more topic in our week, which is called set actions, which will do the same thing. And set actions will work as parameter actions. They will look like the same, but they will have a different scenario. Set actions are actually used to directly interact with visualizations on the dashboards, like just like the parameters, but set actions will change the entire value given in that particular set. If you just remember, sets are actually group of values, right? So changing a set will completely change the group of values. So this one will be completely changing whatever is included inside your set, like that. Set actions take an existing set and update the values contains in that particular set for the user to change the values. So you can define the set actions to include the source sheet where it applies to. If you see here, it also looks exactly like the set actions or parameter actions. It has the same options. If you see here, you have hover, select, and menu. The target sets the data source are set to be used. It's a data source. So if you have a set like top customers, in this example it is actually using the top customer. That's why it is actually set to the top customer. And what happens when the selection is cleared? So whenever you run the action, like whenever you click on or hover on whatever the set action you're creating, so what is happening, and whenever you clear the action, what should happen? So in this also, the running action will have three options. So it has assigned values to the set, and we have add values to the set, remove all the values from the set. Clearing option, we have three values: keep set values, add all values to the set, remove all values from the set. What assign values to the set is, it replaces all the values inside the set with the values selected. So we will see how that works, and this one will actually replaces whatever values you have and set the inside values whatever you selected. And second, values to the set, add individual values to the set and remove all the individual values from the set. It's like vice versa of add values to the set. So whenever you're clearing an option, click set values. Current values in the set will be remaining exactly like that. In whatever you have performed, it will remain like that. And add all values to the set adds all possible values to the set. Vice versa, remove all the values from the set removes all the previously selected values from the set. Do you want to add those, or do you want to exactly come back to whatever it was before? It was like that. So you have this steps. Whenever you're creating a set actions, you can create one or more sets, and the sets you're creating will be associated with that data source that is currently selected, and it gives the options to actually target the sets. It also allows you to select one from the data source, so that one will be associated to the data source, and you have to create the set actions where users use that. And you can also create multiple set actions for different purposes, and depending upon the behavior you wanted to make the available to the user. And for the analysis, you might want to create a calculated field that uses the set as well. So whenever you're building a visualization that uses the set actions, if you create a calculated field that uses the set, build the view using that calculated field. Like we saw in the parameter actions, whatever labels you created must be there inside the parameter calculated onto the sheet. So the set also do the same thing. Whatever you have the calculated field for the set, that must be used inside your visualization. So you can actually do it with different options. So for creating a set action, let's just see how we can create a set action. Let's take an example of how we can show a drill down using a set and a calculated field. And let's create a sheet with the category. And so what we're trying to replicate is, we wanted to show a drill down option using this set action. I'm just dragging sales to this text. So this is how it looks like. So what I will do right now is, I'll create a set for the subcategory option. Category, go to category, create set. So I'll just say category set. I'm not selecting inside the category set option. So what this set will become is, if you see how this works is, I did not select anything inside the set, so this one will be completely out option because we didn't add inside the set. So it will be completely out option we have here. So the next thing what I will do is, I have to map this set with the calculated field. So I will write a calculation for the drill down option. For the next drill down option for this category will be subcategory. We can do the same thing by just dragging the subcategory, but we want to learn how the set actions will work for a drill down. So it can be coming in use in where there's no option for the drill down, and we can actually create a drill down like this. So I'm just creating a column for category to map up my set values to this column. I'll just write a simple if clause. So if my category set, then give me this field subcategory. So I'm just directly relating the category set to the subcategory. So else give me nothing. I'll just add two string marks, that is like just nothing. It will come up as a blank value. Okay, and okay. So drag this calculation inside our view. This one will coming as null, right? Because our calculation is completely related to the subcategory. So right now is into out. That means it will come back with two string values that are placed without anything inside. That's how it is working right now. So what I will do right now is I will just add a set action. So I will just directly on the worksheet because we are working on the drill down example. I'm adding an action to the worksheet. So I went to the worksheet actions and add actions. Go to change set values. This one is the set pop-up, and you will see all the options for run action or what action will do whenever you clear the actions, etc. So I'll just say set is so this is for drill down, right? So I'll just say subcategory drill down, and the source sheet would be sheet 8 because we are on the sheet 8. So I'm just selecting select. So in here I have to create a select one set, whatever created, right? So we created subcategory set, and data source is a sample data source because we only have one data source. So this one, I'm just going with the default values assigned. So I will just say remove all the values from the set because whenever I check the action, whatever I did, I did not want to show all the values. I just want to show the empty row. That's why I'll just remove all the values. So we will see what it will do. So if I just click on furniture, it should bring up all the subcategories inside the furniture. If you see here, the set actions actually created the set values as in and all the other set values as out. So if you just uncheck it, it will not show any values at all because what I selected over here is the action 1 is I just selected remove all values from the set. Whenever I just click on any other space, so whatever it will do is it will remove all the options and returns to the starting whatever it is like. So in this drill down option, if I just click on show headers here, this column will not be seen, and if you want to drill down like this, it will show up all the values inside the furniture. And if you click on office supplies, it will show only office supplies, and if you want technology, you can show technology. So this is how you can actually save some space whenever you're showing the drill down. You can save some space, right? So the first thing, you have 3 rows, and only if the business users want to see what's there inside the 3 rows, see the drill down option and click on the first option, then only they can see the other options available in the category. So this is the drill down we can give to them without actually showing all the content on the dashboard. And what if I just do come up with the other options? Let's say add keep set values. I'll just say keep set values. Okay. So how keep set values will work? So this is a clearing option, right? So whatever, whenever I click on the side, the clearing option should work like this. So what happens? I actually keep the values. It did not remove the values. If it keeps the values, whenever you click on it, the other one will go up and the new one values will go up. But if you just click on it anywhere, it won't go because the selection scenario is keep all the values. That's why it's not going up. But if you just click on the other one, it will go off and it will show you the right value. And this one to the last, whenever we are done with the analysis and we just want to go back to all new view, the last click will not go back to the main view because you actually have the action as keep all values, right? That's why for the drill down, you have a scenario where you have to give the drill down only on the user want to see the only clicked values, and then only they have to see all the values. You just go with the remove all the values in the set and click on OK. So this one will take out all the values and come back to the original sheet. And we also have an option for the hovering part, right? We will see how the hover works. So hover, in here, hover, OK, click on OK. So we just hover on furniture and this one is coming up. If you just go back, it will be like that. You just have to hover it on again. It will has to come back to the main view. So in here, in this option, whatever you're trying to show, the drill down, the best option would be this one for the select option with select over here. Remove all values from the set. So we will see how the hover works with remove all the values, and whenever you select with the other values, the default action will go to the other values. So right now we have hover on the technology, hover office supplies, hover furniture, and when you hover out, it's going back to the menu. So this is actually a typical one to view because users will be sometimes hover everywhere on the dashboard, and whenever you just give the hover option, and they will be showing up all the options, but whenever you just give the drill down as click an option to select, they have to go to the click option, and whenever they will select on the whatever they need, then only it will come up. So if you just go with the select and remove all values, this one will give you a nice scenario where you can show the values by just clicking on that. So this is the drill down option you will get whenever you're using this set actions. So to actually make it more fancy, so to actually show some other scenarios, I'll just create a calculated field with naming, okay, a category, a shape. So I'll just give some shape over whenever they're clicking on it. I'll just show over a shape over there. So I'll just go with an if clause. If my category set, then I will give some shape value over here. So whenever I click on some category inside, I wanted to give some shape. So let's take some shape over here, like just star, and I'm using an else value. I just wanted to tell them that they are at that particular place. I'll just giving a star by just clicking on that cell, and we can actually give up some other shapes as also. Let's say plus. Okay, let's, because they are actually drilling down, let's give them a plus value over there and just say end. Click on OK. OK. Category shape, bring it onto the view. Okay. If you click on this right now, you can actually see all the subcategory which are coming up, and because this calculation is related to our set, and this one is actually showing a star whenever you clicked on it, because you just clicked on it and over here you're actually seeing on star. And if you want to go with the other options, and you can give some shapes over there, whenever you click on that you can see a particular space or shape over there. So in this space you can show some shapes over there, that there we can actually represent some shape, because the users will understand that they're at that particular area. So if you click on something over there, and you can actually show some actions, and you can show some shapes over there, and you can even give some arrow marks saying that this one is actually a down arrow and it's a flat arrow, something like that. You can come up with all the options. So let's also fill up this space. Let's make it even beautiful. And what I will do is I will add a category option. The category, whatever name is displayed after the shape, and click on it. If you see here, click on this, it will show a star. and it will also show a subcategory. And if you click on this, it will show this. If you see here, we can even show the names after the shape. We are only seeing the category name whenever there is a plus mark. That means it's actually taking the plus category only for the later one. And if you see here, it's actually coming for the later one. If you can also do this like this. Let's say plus category in here also. So it will also display for the other option as well for star. Let's say apply. See, if you just click on here, this one is star, that means you just clicked on it. If you just hide the first column completely, the star action shows that you are on that particular place or particular office supply. And if you want to go to the other options, click on that and it will actually show the plus symbol after clicking the option. So after clicking only you will get the star, and if you just uncheck it and everything will be a star symbol. You can even use other shapes, arrows, like the other shapes available. So this is like a drill down, so you can actually give some shape arrows to show that okay, you clicked on it, it is down, and otherwise you can just flat arrow option. I just use this option, so these are like completely available, so that's why I just use them. But you can go with different fancy shapes over there to show that they are at particular place, or like they're out of this particular space, etc. So this one is like using a set actions to show the drill down and map the calculation to the set actions whatever you have, and you just use the subcategory and the category to give the subcategory option as a drill down. So whatever field you're using inside the data will be aggregated according to the data of the dimensions whatever you give. So whenever you're using the dimensions, to just check whether you are actually showing some proper meaning to the final users, because it is a drill down, right? So it should make some sense whenever you're throwing it to the user. So the data will be aggregated according to the drill down. So you need to check whether your data is aligning to the drill down whatever used in the first column. So whenever you're using these options, just check whether it is properly mapped with all the drill downs and the aggregated values. You can also relate it to the calculation by just using the calculation in your set actions also. And so this is a simple scenario of one kind of example to use a set action. So this is how you just show some drill down and show some space on your dashboard, give some interactivity to your dashboard. So we can also create some calculated fields and create other scenarios to give it to the final advisor. So this is all about actions, set action types. So we went through all the options we have in set actions, parameter actions also. So if you just come up with the final summary of this week, we have actually covered the following topics. So we saw how to pivot the data before loading, and how we saw how the data comes up with all the pivot, how the custom split will work before loading the data, how we can work with the custom splits as well, and how we can go with the exact single and like single columns and multiple columns. We need to use the delimiters, etc. How to use the delimiters, we have seen everything. And we also see how to hide and unhide fields while extracting, how to aggregate the data according to the extracting data, how we can aggregate the data. So we also saw how to sample the data according to the rows and percentages available. Next, we went to the interactivity of the dashboard, how we can give the interactivity to final users, and we discussed on parameter actions and set actions, what kind of actions we have inside the parameter and set actions. We discussed the examples of how we can do the parameter actions and set actions. parameter actions to actually show different kinds of measure values and actions we do for the drill down for the set actions. This will give much more interactivity to our final users for on your entire dashboard. So this is all about this week's summary. We went through all the data pivoting part, data manipulation, and also the interactivity for this week.